Glock no cinturão tem. Que eu tô muito na frente, olha pro meu desempenho. Bombia tanto sangue, eu vou explodir sua horta. Sou igual cadeira gamer, deixa o fio colando na torta. Eu vou perguntar de novo, quem é você? Sabe, eu tô com a memória ruim. Quem é você? Eu vou perguntar de novo, quem é você? Sabe, eu tô com a memória ruim. Quem é você? Quem é você?
Eu tô virando vilão, hoje eu não vou ser bonzinho. Esse soco inglês que vai quebrar o seu dentinho. Me sentir abençoado, Mr. Vulgo demoninho. Tu conhece no retrovisor, te deixou doentinho. Duas bloque abençoada, kkkk. E Ronaldo faz um furo na testa. CCC cochila no asfalto, sua inveja ficou feia. Não tô cuspindo o prato. Foda-se o estado, foda-se o estado.
When I'm in Brazil, I hear my brother like, yo, it's the mode. Where the fuck we going, what we doing, boy, I do the most. If she tryna leave me, tell her hit me on my second phone. Plus 5-5 on the code, if you know, you know.
Bobby turn this fucking to a funeral. Get really haunted if you want it, turn you to a ghost. No favorite rapper in my message is like you to go. Up a blue, I got high, so need me go in my nose. Running up, checking, and I do the show. I just want that paper for that paper, said I story long. Since I keep it, doesn't mean that you got it. Yo, cause I'm gonna see you through your phone. Away, I give up. There's slivers in a brain, a bouquet made out of splinters. Harding away the one, she's the giver. The giver. Fatal down and run it out, will you forgive her? How she loves the way that I give up. We're totally up my voice and you with my scissors. Every single day you relive and you can never consider this is something that could be different. It's just beginning. It's just beginning. It's just beginning. Oh, how much you lost all the little ways, I'm just giving up. Get everything you said you wanted, it wouldn't be enough. No love, I found it out, but you seem to feel the cost. Lost on cause of 2 fingertips of your white lace gloves. Looking for something to save us.
Alright guys, welcome back to Enforced Drift competition. This is week 2 here in Goiania. We're coming in with a great set of drivers into this top 16 battle. Tonight we're going to be starting it off with our previous champion Chico there in the white AE86 leading the first round. Chasing him will be your old friend Lee in that beautiful green 300ZX. We are just about to get started, so please hit that like and subscribe button if you're new here, and let's get this thing started.
Man, I was just driving with Chico, and that thing is fast, dude. That little AE is so quick.
It seems like BDC tires or BDC cars in those soft tires on this track really.
Oh, that's
really
what it is.
quick.
He's on the softies. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lee, are you ready to go?
Oh yeah.
Alright. Taking off. Our 2 drivers coming into that big inner clip. Man, looks like Chico's gained a little bit of momentum on him with those soft tires. Lee is trying to chase him down coming through that inner clip too. Coming into the big wall ride. Ooh!
A
little bit of a
shallow
bump.
for Chico. Like to see a little more angle, but solid run so far.
Coming into that first outside zone there, into the inner clip again, and into that second wall ride. There's still a little bit of distance between our 2 drivers. A little bit of correction on the angle from Lee there.
Solid run nonetheless for both drivers. Cutting a little bit of angle to keep up with that AE. I told you that thing is quick, dude.
Yeah, that was a not a small bump coming from Lee on that back wall ride, but it is really hard to get the right angle coming in through there. So our drivers are pulling back up here. We have Lee in the lead. Lights are ready. Alright, our drivers are taking off, headed into that big inner clip number 1. Looks like that 300CX has gained a little bit of distance, but Chico's already chasing him good. And then inner clip 2. A little bit of a straighten it looked like from Chico. A little straighten there to the touch and go into that back wall ride.
Solid lead so far, though.
Look at this lead run. It's really fun. Right, coming in through that inner clip number 2 again to the last final wall ride. A little bit of a distance, and Chico's cutting a little bit of angle there, but looks like he got up right on his door there right at the very end. Good runs from both drivers. Taking it to the judges here.
Take a look at that again.
Yeah, I think we need some replay on that one. He definitely
that's what
did.
I was looking at for.
Chico straightened out coming through that inner clip 2 and 3 there.
Yeah.
Looked like Lee had that big bump in the wall and didn't have a super close chase, but didn't completely throw him off.
What I want to see in Lee's chase is that wall bump enough to cause an incomplete. I'm leaning towards no from what I remember, but
yeah, that's kind of how I felt in the moment. Let me get back there and see if I can take a replay look at it. Drivers are coming through. Let's see here. Yeah, there was definitely a bit of distance between Chico and that chase drive, and there's the wall bump. But you know what? It looked like his tires were still spinning coming through here, and he was a little bit shallow after that wall bump, but it wasn't a massive disruption to his angle.
I mean, it was a pretty big disruption, but it didn't knock him all the way to straighten out again. He didn't have to correct and drift back the other way. Man, that's tough.
But if we look at Chico's chase, that was a big straighten out coming through that that outside zone.
Did he completely stop drifting?
I'm looking at the replay right now. Let's see
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah, I'd have to give that to Lee.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. All right, well, our judges are unfortunately taking Lee in this. Sorry, Chico, but we'll see again next time our previous champion is knocked out of the top 16, unfortunately. We're going to our second match here. We have EF Force facing Scrody. Let me get some drivers in here.
He has got to tighten that lead up to move on further. Good runs, though, boys.
All right, so we have Force, Scrody. All right, so for next two drivers, EF Force in the lead position, followed by Scrody. Pull up to the line, please.
Did you update the line card?
I am doing that right as we speak. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, that was just kind of a tough one to call, but yeah, that's straightened out. They're coming through, like I said, outside zone 1 and hitting the touch and go into the big wall ride. It was just a little bit too big. He definitely stopped drifting there for a moment. So
yeah, if that wall hit from Lee was any harder, I would have said one more time, but it just wasn't hard enough to straighten him out.
Right. All right, so our next two drivers are up to the line. We have EF Force in that beautiful red Altezza, followed by Scrody in the RPS 13 from Clutch Gang. So our drivers are about to take off here at the lights. Oh, Force got a big jump on him. See if he can chase him down now, coming through that inner clip number 1. Definitely jumped over the grass there a little bit. Really have to do everything he can to catch up to Forrest, but it looks like, I mean, he's there. Ooh, big shallow, unfortunately. And let's hope that Forrest can just keep that lead line, just take it nice and easy coming to the last couple of zones here.
I mean, anything can happen in the chase, in Force's chase, but...
All right, well. All right, drivers are going to be pulling back up to the line, this time with Force in the chase. And will be led by Scrody in that RPS 13 from Clutch Gang.
And
That was
Strody reset, so Force, if you want to reset, you can.
Yeah, what do you think about this track, Crazy? This is
I like it.
yeah. I'm a big fan of this track, but man, it definitely takes some patience and some practice to land that rear wall right there outside zone 2.
Yeah, that wall's the toughest part, especially because it kind of blends into that zone a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, hold up, Jody.
Already having some technical difficulties. He is coming back here.
Just took off. It's Brody.
All right, well.
We just put new tires on, and then Force went back to put new tires on because he did. Now he's burning his tires off.
Sometimes in these competitions you get some odd drivers. Sometimes they do.
Oh, you don't have tire wear on, huh?
No, tire wear is not on. So.
Oh, okay.
All right, Scrody pulling back up to the chase position there, following. I'm sorry, pulling back up there to the lead position. He will be leading Force in the second match.
Little hiccup
All right.
there.
We're gonna wait for some lights here.
Here we go.
And another big jump by that lead driver. And this has already turned into a little bit of an awkward battle here. Coming into outside zone number 2, the big wall ride. A little wall bump by our lead driver, Scrody, there, unfortunately. Coming into that outside zone 1, which is technically a touch and go, actually, when you're on the way back. It's a little bit hard to get these outside zones. Well, unfortunately, Scrody, that first chase drive has a couple of issues, so I think it's going to be Mr. Force moving on to face Lee in the top 8. We'll get our next drivers up here. All right, so our next drivers are GDA Girth, Team GDA versus FTR E92 Nick. All right, so our next driver is Mr. Girth and E92 Nick. Will you guys please pull to the line? Girth, you will be leading the first match, followed by E92 Nick. I've been waiting to see someone use this Swarm Z06. It's not a super popular car, but it's a good-looking car for sure.
Yeah, it's wild. I don't know what I think about it.
Bracket is up to date. It just updated it a moment ago, so now we have GDA Girth. Girth will be in the lead, followed by E92 Nick.
I'm getting a handshake failure.
Alright, we're having some technical difficulties. Give us just a moment.
We're still running on the firewall. Tandem or tandems all over.
With an S. Plural.
That's where I was wrong. Sorry about that, guys. Here I come. Load in.
Girth coming in the server here in 2 seconds. And there he is.
Right, Girth pulling up in the S13 from Swarm. We have E92 Nick in that beautiful Z06. This top 16 battle. giving us a little bit of a show there with the burnout, but unfortunately tire wear is not on, so we'll get this first top 16 battle between Girth and E92 Nick going. All right, drivers are at the light, ready for this top 16 battle. Let's get this thing going. Another jump there, man. The drivers having a tough time at those lights. Yeah. Coming into inner clip 1 through inner clip 2 and into outside zone 1. Definitely the best tandem battle we've had tonight. Looks like our chase driver is going a little shallow there. So the lead driver, he's having a tough time really putting it on his door and keeping that angle with him. Coming back in through the touch and go, back in the outside zone 1. A little bit of a distance, a little bit of a gap there between our two drivers. Into the final wall ride. Having to cut a little bit of angle. Ooh. And it looks like our chase driver had a slight bump on the lead driver there coming right to the finish line. We'll get our drivers back over here with E92 Nick in the Z06 in the lead position, followed by Girth in that chase in the S13.
Solid chase though, solid battle there. It was one of the better ones we've seen.
Absolutely. All right, drivers are at the light, ready to go. All right, drivers are coming into that inner clip 1, and Girth making a big, kind of an awkward entry there. Entered from really the inside of the corner instead of the outside. Looks like he's trying to catch up with him now, coming really shallow into the back wall ride. Straightening out, unfortunately.
And that is 2 straightens in each chase. As long as Nick finishes this run here, it's going to be a one more time for me.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, well, unfortunately our drivers both straightened out there in that back wall ride. We're going to get them back up there for one more time. Girth led it on the first run, and so in the one more time, Girth is actually going to be in the chase position, in the chase position with Nick in.
Now, do we go back to pits for new
No,
tires?
your tire. There's no tire wear.
Okay, cool.
All right, drivers pulling up for this one more time battle. Unfortunately, both of them had some pretty serious straightens there in the first, so lights are flashing and are getting ready to take off here for this one more time battle. And another jump on the lights there. Man, the chase driver's just having a tough time timing that light tonight.
Girth made up for that pretty quick though.
Yeah, he did. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty good chase there. Bit of a straighten on that, but it didn't look like he stopped drifting. So coming into that outside zone 2, the big wall right in the back, and our chase driver is really running it shallow here. Lots of left foot brake to try to keep him there. Coming in through outside zone 1 again, through inner clip 2, into the big wall right at the end here. Not
solid
a terrible
lead from Nick. Good chase from Girth.
All right, drivers will be pulling back up, and this time it will be Mr. Girth in the lead position here for the one more time battles. At the lights, getting ready to take off here. All right, coming into the inner clip 1. Ooh! Big bumps coming from the chase driver. Doesn't look like it upset too much in the lead there. Coming into the big wall right there in the back. And Nick is really trying to put it on his door. It looked like he had a little bit of contact there in clip 1, but the rest of the chases look fairly decent. Coming into that outside zone 3. And a lot of contact there from Nick, unfortunately. I think I know which way this is going. Crazy, what are your thoughts?
I'm watching the replay right now. I want to see if Girth hitting that
got
wall
into the wall.
caused that.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
just want to see how hard the hit on the wall was, if that was enough to cause Nick to hit him like that. I mean,
What are your thoughts?
watch it again.
Getting a little bit of a show here from our two drivers while these
Man, I don't
plays
know.
look
It's
over.
tough to tell.
Yeah, I don't think the bumps were too hard. I think that's a non-issue.
Yeah,
It
that
just
bump
comes down-
wasn't really that hard. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go Girth on that.
All right. Well,
GG's, brother.
good job, Girth. You will be moving on to
GG.
the top 8. Fortunately,
Runs,
Mr.
boys.
Nick, we
Do
will
I back
see you
out?
again next time. Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
GG's, bud.
All right, good sportsmanship from our two drivers. We're moving into the third round of our top 16 battles. We have Anslow versus Yoshi, another EF driver, with Anslow leading. Let me get our two drivers up here. All right, so for round number 3 of our top 16, we have Anslow in the lead position, followed by EF Yoshi. Another EF member. Man, these guys seem to do pretty well in these comps.
They're the good drivers. They drive a lot.
Yeah, they do. We got a couple different teams in this comp. A couple of new faces that we didn't see last week, so I'm excited to see how those drivers do tonight. So we have Mr. Yoshi in that white S15 from Swarm, and he will be chasing Anslow in the Stagia. Drivers are at the light, ready to take off here.
Stagia and Wagon.
Stagia wagon, not something you see every day. Alright, drivers are taking off, headed to that inner clip 1. Looks like he's trying to reel him down here from the chase position. It's looking like a pretty good lead from Mr. Anslow. Both drivers are coming through that outside zone 2, really pulling out the line there from the chase driver. Not a bad chase.
Just chasing here. Man, that Wagon is fast, dude.
Yes, it is. Man, that was a great lead run from Mr. Anslow there, but also a great chase. Let's get these drivers swapped around. We will have Anslow in the chase position, following Yoshi in the lead. That S15. All right, drivers are pulling up to the light, ready for the second match of the top 16 battle. Taking off from the light, headed to that inner clip 1. A little bit of a
Nice
flick there for both
entry.
drivers, yeah. That Stagia is really keeping a fairly good proximity. Like our chase driver is really keeping some great proximity coming through that outside zone 3 on the wall ride. Outside zone 2, sorry. Coming back through inner clip number 2 into our final zone, outside zone number 3. Looks like both of our drivers keep a great angle coming through there. This one's gonna be a little bit more tough because both of our drivers seem to have great lead runs.
That
It's
lead
really
driver from
competitive.
Yoshi was quite a bit better in my view. He filled the zones a little bit better. That full outer zone along the wall. He carried so much more angle throughout the whole zone.
You're saying Yoshi in the white S15?
Yeah, it was a much better lead. Was a much more chaseable lead.
Yeah, let me go back and look here. I'm gonna jump back to the instant replay here.
I want to go back and watch Anslow's leads. Anslow's entry was kind of strange.
Yeah, it was. He cut really.
Which kind of
really
cut
deep
Yoshi
in there.
off from the start. I don't
Right.
know. And then hit that wall where he lost a bunch of angle.
Right. Yeah, he did hit that wall. I didn't even notice that.
And then from then on, Yoshi had a pretty decent proximity on his chase.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm agreeing.
I
with
mean,
you
I'd
here.
have
I
to
think
I'd have to
Yoshi-
go Yoshi. It was just to me it was just a much better, more consistent lead line.
Right. I missed the wall bump from Mr. Anslow there in outside zone number 2. All right, well, judges have decided EF Yoshi will be moving on to our top 8. He will be facing off with GDA Girth. Unfortunately, Anslow, your time ends here for the top 16, but we really appreciate having you. Come back next week for our next comp. Yoshi
No
moving
worries.
on.
I would have said the same anyway. I had a shitload.
Definitely a better run than some of the other runs we've seen tonight. No offense to our other drivers, but that was a better battle, I think, than a lot of the other ones. Unfortunately, sometimes you just get matched up with someone really good like Yoshi right off the bat. All right, going on to our next match, we have DMI Foul facing It's Ice. Gonna be one of those big ones here. Let's get our drivers up here. All right. For our next match, we will have It's Ice in the lead position, followed by DMI Foul, another one of those big-time drivers here in our comps. Excited to see this. Foul in the typical white E46 from Swarm. He will be in that chase position following Ice. Get our drivers up to the line, please.
Away.
Another EF member in It's Ice. These guys seem to be everywhere. Ice, did you just recently join EF, or was this something that's been in the works for a while?
No, I just recently joined. Had to try out and do all my initiation things. But other
Right
than that,
Right on. I think that's the first time I've seen the EF on your name here in the Discord channel. So, congratulations to you, sir. You'll be awarded with an immediate match versus Foul. So, we're excited to see it.
If you don't win, you're off the team. So
I know, right?
No pressure. No pressure.
first test, no pressure. You thought that was your initiation, but
Yep.
this is the real one.
All right. So we have It's Ice there in the black S13, followed by Foul in the white 46, taking off from the line. These drivers coming in with a lot of speed. Foul with not much of a flip there, just really throwing the angle in. Got a good chaser. It's Ice coming through outside zone number 2 into the big wall right. Foul, ooh, a little bit of a love tap there, but both drivers keeping the angle and Foul getting the proximity there. Coming into that touch and go, the inner flip 2, the final zone, outside zone 3. Both drivers, ooh, a little bump from our lead drive.
That was a hell of a lead in the chase, though.
Yeah, it was. That was a great battle there. I'm excited to see these two drivers go right back at it with Foul in the lead position. Yeah, that was a great battle.
Yeah, that was a hell of a
Little
chase.
little bit of a bump on the wall right at the finish line.
That's no biggie though.
Let's see, yeah.
Rub your face.
Right. And unfortunately, you really got to time that light with some of these drivers like Foul. I mean, it gets off to such a head start in that Storm E46. Drivers are coming through inner flip number 2, and it looks like It's Ice is starting to reel him in a little bit. Coming into that outside zone number 2. Really caught up there. What a great chase.
Yeah, you did. Hell of a dive.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, really catching up and reeling him in there. Coming through outside zone number 3. Great
Really,
proximity there.
he really pulled it together in that second half of that run, but that was
did.
just too good of a lead and chase from Foul.
Yeah, unfortunately, if he would have had that same proximity there in the last and final zone, the entire battle might have gone the other way, but unfortunately Foul will be moving on to our top 8. Ice, it's good to see you again. Congrats on the EF
That was a hell
join,
of a lead
and we
chase.
appreciate you having you. Great battle. All right, so
Hello. Wait, what happened? Sorry. I'm deafened.
Foul will be moving on to the top 8. Unfortunately, Ice is knocked out in the top 16, so moving on to our next battle, we got a newcomer here in GDA Gabe. Kind of a last-second replacement here, coming up against another EF driver, M Green. Looks like we have GDA Gabe in the lead position, followed by M Green. Drivers are pulling up to the line as we speak.
This is
Get
my
this round
new
number
teammate
Okay.
against my old teammate.
Look at that. Ooh, in that beautiful mint green BF from M Green.
Where are you, Gabe?
No, he specifically told me that
I'm on the
that
way.
he wanted this mint green color.
I just, I gotta load in.
I trust you.
Mr. Green told me specifically he wanted this mint green color. He said,
Well, I
if
mean,
it's not mint
it
green,
is-
I don't want it. That's his
It is
exact
his
words.
namesake.
Yeah,
His
absolutely.
His friends call him Mint.
Yeah, makes sense. M Green.
It's not letting me join the comp lobby. Is there a password?
Yes,
Yeah.
Tandems. Tandems.
Any capitals?
No. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a show from that mint green VF here.
Trying to warm up them
Tires
fronts
nice
with the
and warm,
understeer.
Such a good looking car though. In that
He's trying to get
green
maximum
VF.
grip on the front tires.
Good on him though. He's taking his time to really dial in his car.
That thing's a boat.
It is, but it's a beautiful boat.
It's like a yacht.
It is. It's a land yacht for sure.
It's like a cigarette boat.
The best yacht you've ever seen.
Right.
The best yacht.
Nothing better.
Goblin doesn't have a yacht like this.
All right, GDA Gabe having some technical difficulties, but it looks like he is on his way.
Coming on in. Yep.
There he is. There he is. There's our Gabe.
Don't know why he wasn't ready in the first place, but we're not going to hold that against him. He's coming in and put down a hell of a lead next to.
He only had 30 minutes, so.
I know. Maybe if he would have had
There's that.
32, 33, might have been.
Well, clearly, it only took him 2 or 3 minutes to do it. So if he had 33, it would have helped a lot.
Simple math.
33 would have helped.
Or you could have been doing it in the past 30 minutes. Either way, hurry yeah.
Also, just going back to this track with Mr. Crazy, have you seen what the scoring looks like that's recommended from the Extreme Drift Nations competition? It looks like in that outside zone 2, that big wall ride in the back, we're supposed to judge the angle a little harder than the line, just because that line can be pretty hard to follow. So just something to keep in mind. That is what Extreme Drift Nations recommends. But all right, drivers are finally at the line. We're about to get this thing going. We have GDA Gabe in that S13 from BDC, followed by the mint green VF from M Green. Drivers coming up to that inner clip 1. Looks like less of a flick from our chase driver. Looks like he's got a little bit of a gap to overcome here, coming into outside zone 1, into outside zone 2. That looks like he had to let off a little bit there. He was getting a little too close in proximity, but it looks like he's caught up now. Had maybe a little too much angle there in the chase. Like he is catching up there, coming through outside zone 3 though. A lot to go off of there. Was not a simple, easy win there, but let's see these drivers swap positions here. Get Gabe into the chase, followed by Emma Green. Let's see what kind of lead Mr. Green can put down here. All right, drivers are pulling up to the start line. All right, we are getting lights here. Drivers taking off. Big flip coming into inner clip 1 there. Not a whole lot of angle coming through there from our chase driver. Looks like a pretty solid lead coming from M Green coming into sector 3 for that big wall ride. We've had quite a few drivers have a little bit. We've had quite a few drivers in that chase position have a little bit of trouble with that outside zone 2, sector 3. But it looks like he's kind of overcome that a little bit. He's getting some proximity in that chase position. Yeah, this one is, I think, a pretty straightforward win for M Green, but we'll hear what the other judges have to say on that.
Yeah, I would definitely say that goes to Green.
proximity. It looked like Mr. Green had a fairly good chase, but had a really, really great lead. All right, so M Green, you'll be moving on to the top 8. Unfortunately, GDA Gabe hadn't been here, but we appreciate you filling in last
Yeah,
second.
good job.
We would love to see you back here again in future comps, so please don't go away. All right, so we have our second to last match of the top 16. We have Viz facing Ethan Smith. Let's get some drivers up here. Viz versus Ethan Smith. So, oh, awesome. So in our intro there, the music you heard was produced by Viz, DJ on the side, Drifter by night, partier by day. Viz pulling up to the line there for a beautiful lead coming soon. Followed by Ethan Smith in the chase position. Drivers are pulling up as we speak, getting ready for this top 16 battle. All right. Drivers are spinning their tires a little bit, trying to warm them up before this top 16 battle. Looks like we have Ethan Smith in that E36 M3 from BDC with the V8, and Viz in that S13 from BDC. So drivers are taking off. These are two BDC cars. It should be a neck-and-neck battle coming into enter the line here. Looked like he had to suffer a little bit of angle to try to keep up with that S13 coming into outside zone 2. Again, that chase driver.
Now.
Is having a great lead line here. And we've seen troubles from our chase drivers all night. It seems to be a really tricky course to try to chase, but Biz with an excellent lead line, really filling out that outside zone 3
You can
right
pull
there.
it together in there in the end.
All right, we're going to swap drivers, put Ethan in that E36 M3 in the lead position, followed by Viz in the S13. Again, these are two BDC cars, so we're hoping to see a really neck-and-neck battle. Drivers are at the light, ready for this second match here. Drivers taking on from the light, coming into that inner clip. Big increase ahead. Lots of angle from our chase driver. Suffered a little bit of proximity there. Trying to catch up and reel him in there. Looks like a little bit outside zone 2. Let's see what these drivers can do in the outside zone 2. Big wall right there in the back. Looks like we're seeing a pretty good lead line there from Mr. Ethan Smith in that E36 M3. A solid chase from Viz. Judges, what do we think here on this top 16 battle?
I gotta watch that back again here.
Yeah, just. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just without looking at the instant replay, I thought they both had great lead runs, but I really think Viz's chase was just a notch above, unfortunately, for Ethan Smith. Right. Absolutely, yeah. That wall ride can really, really give issues to our chase drivers tonight. We've seen it from a number of drivers.
Ethan had a pretty big straighten before that wall ride in his chase. Viz kept it sideways in the drift the whole time through that chase. Ethan straightened pretty good in that area there.
Take a look here at the instant replay before we give our final decision.
So yeah, I think I'd say Viz.
Yep. It looks like Viz will be moving on to our top 8. Fortunately, Ethan Smith will not be moving on from the top 16, but we really appreciate it, Ethan. A driver that keeps coming back, getting better, and we hope to see him in future comps. Looks like we will have Viz in that final top 8 position. Going on to our last round of the top 16. We have Mr. Wang in the lead position versus Going Crazy, our very own commentator here. So let's get Mr. Wang up here.
This is going to be fun.
Who's leading first?
All right, in the lead position is Mr. Wang. So our two drivers are pulling up to the line here. We got a couple of Clutch Gang cars, so we're again hoping to see some great proximity. Crazy in that RX-7 FC, chasing Mr. Wang in the 180 SX missile from Clutch Gang. Drivers are taking off from the light. Looks like a lot of proximity from going crazy. They're coming in for inner clip 1 and then inner clip 2. Ooh. Looks like he just took off track a little bit in that chase position, unfortunately. But a wall ride and straight from our lead driver. Unfortunately, this is not looking good for either. But this all might come down to Crazy lead and Mr. Wang in the chase. And we had a couple of different mishaps there, so we're going to line these drivers back up. Crazy will be in the lead position now in that beautiful blue RX-7 FC, followed by Mr. Wang in the 180 SX missile Clutch Gang.
I don't know if Crazy straightened out on Outer Zone 2 or not. I can't remember. Kind of missed it.
That Crazy straightened out? Well, he kind of had to straighten out because Wang kind of swung it in front of him. Wang had too much angle, yeah, so Crazy had to almost come to a complete stop there in Outer Zone 2. Alright, so red light taking off for the second match. Let's see here, I saw some leads from Crazy here in the beginning in practice. We really had a great lead line. Coming into outside zone number 2, Crazy really filling up that line, but he just barely nicked the wall, but it just didn't mess up the lead. Beautiful sound in RX-7, man. I love the sound of a rotary on a nice warm Saturday night. We're going to go back and look at the replays because we are one judge short for this last battle of the top 16. Let's see what kind of chase Wang had there on that last battle. I think this should come down to yeah, I'm definitely going to go with Crazy on this one. Ruben, what are your thoughts? Yeah, unfortunately, Wang with that too much angle spun out in front of him caused Crazy to straighten out, and Crazy had a great lead line. So, all right, Mr. Crazy, you'll be moving on to the top 8. Unfortunately, Mr. Wang, we have had our time here with you, but we appreciate you being in the competition. We hope to see you next time. Crazy will be moving on. Right now, guys, we're going to head to a quick commercial break before we get to the top 8. We really appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. We're going to get back into some really great battles coming in here to top 8 here in just a moment.
Aqui no cintura bem. Eu tô muito na frente, olha pro meu desempenho. Desafia tanto sangue, eu vou explodir sua horta. Sou igual cadeira gamer, deixa o seu colo na torta. Eu vou perguntar de novo, é você, sabe, eu tô com a memória ruim. É você, eu vou perguntar de novo, é você, sabe, eu tô com a memória ruim. É você, é você. Eu tô virando vilão, hoje eu não vou ser bonzinho. Esse soco inglês que vai quebrar o seu dentinho. Me sentindo abençoado, Mr. Vulgo demoninho. Tu conhece no retrovisor, te deixou doentinho. Duas bote abençoada, kkkk e Ronaldo faz um furo na testa. CCC cochila no asfalto, sua inveja ficou feia. Não tô cuspindo o prato, foda-se o estado, foda-se o estado. When I'm in Brazil, I hear my brother like, yo, it's the mode. Where the fuck we going, what we doing, boy, I do the most. If she tryna leave me, tell her hit me on my second phone. Plus 55 on the code, if you know, you know. Bobby turn this fucking to a funeral. Get really
she's a giver. Fatal down and run it out, will you forgive her? How she loves the way that I give her. But totally up my voice and you will know what's scissors. Every single day you relive, you can never consider this is something that could be different. It's just beginning. It's just beginning. It's just beginning. Oh, how much you lost, all the little ways I'm just giving up. Get everything you said you wanted, it wouldn't be enough. No love, I found it out, but you seem to feel the cost. Lost on cause of 2 fingertips of your white lace gloves. Looking for something to save us.
Hello.
You boys like Mexico? Yeah!
Hello.
That's why he puts up to the line.
I'm nervous.
I'm just chilling, bro.
That's code word
Put
for
down a
everyone.
heater of a lap, man. I've got some.
Yeah, they're lined up. We're good. Don't be nervous. Just drive how you would. It's a fucking internet competition. All right, drivers coming up to inner clip number 1 here. Clip number 2. Looks like that proximity chase driver is really looking good coming into outside zone number 2, but a big straight from our chase driver. Looks like a pretty good lead coming from that 300 CX by Earl lead. Again, into our final zone, outside zone number 3. Looks like our chase driver Forge was starting to get some proximity, but had that massive straighten up in outside zone 2. Unfortunately, we're gonna get our drivers flipped around here. We have EF Force in that red Altezza, followed by your old friend Lee in that beautiful 300CX, coming to the line, getting ready to go for this top 8 battle. An awkward jump-ish kind of thing there, but drivers coming into flip number 1. Looks like that 300CX is going to start reeling them in, but
Same mistake. Force can just carry this lead out. Have it one more time here. A little bump on the wall, but nothing big.
yeah, if Lee would have just held that line, I mean, it would have been an easy victory for Lee, but both of these drivers had some pretty big mistakes.
Force pulls it out for one more time.
All right. So in our first match, Lee was in the lead, so this time we're going to have Force in the lead for the one more time. Lee, your old friend Lee, your best friend Lee, in the chase drive in that beautiful 300ZX. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the top 8 battles. This is where things get real. This is where drivers start to love, start to hate. We're getting it on right now for one more time in round 1 of the top 8. Drivers are at the line, waiting for lights. drivers having some tough times with those lights. Coming into inner flip one, looks like Force is putting down a really good lead so far. Lee coming in with that chase, really trying to dive in on him, but man, the same mistake Force had that first match, unfortunately. And it has thrown Lee's line totally off the black, unfortunately. That wall takes some souls.
I'm taking him out with me.
All right. Absolutely. The only time those drivers nail that wall is when they're really trying to put it on it, so. All right, drivers are pulling up to the line. We're going to swap this around on the one more time battle. Lee in the 300ZX and the drivers taking off from the light. Force in that red Altezza. Looks like great proximity. Force coming through inner clip number one. A little bit of a love tap there. Again, it's going to be a tricky one to judge here. Making the outside zone number two there. Both drivers are a little bit shallow, but we've got them on the angle there and not as much on the line. Two there into our final zone. Outside zone number three. Drivers, great proximity from Force there in the red Altezza. It seems like we kind of had another mistake on both ends for both of our drivers that are in the one more time. What are you thinking? Crazy?
I mean, I think the only fair thing to do is run them again.
I would agree.
Really.
Yeah, they both had some issues there, but keep in mind, drivers, we really don't want to do too many one more times, so this will probably be the last. We need a great battle from both of our drivers now. We're going to swap this back around to Lee in the lead position, Force in the chase for our last one more time battle in the top 8. Force, yeah. Yeah, I would agree. All right, drivers are at the line for another one more time battle, waiting for the lights. Oh no, looked like Force, unfortunately, maybe took off in a higher gear than he was expecting to, but Lee got into a big jump, but man, Force is really coming in with the heaters with number two there, trying to catch up to him. Drivers are both running a little bit shallow there through outside zone number two, but again, it looked like the angle was great for both drivers coming in through that. Touch and go into inner clip number two again. Great proximity from Force now here in the tail end of this battle. Great proximity coming through outside zone three. A little bit of a hiccup from Force there, but it wasn't enough to disqualify him because he caught up through the second half of the track.
Yeah,
now
he caught up fairly quickly there.
He did. He was fast catching up. That was impressive. Drivers are at the line ready for this one more time battle here with Lee in the 300ZX in the chase position following EF Force and Red Altezza. Drivers coming into that inner clip number one. Looks like our chase driver went a little bit wide there, may have suffered some proximity, but he's trying to reel him in here coming into outside zone number two. Oh, a little bit of a had a little bit of a straight knife. I might have missed it. I was looking at our lead driver there. And a little, I don't know, maybe dropped a tire, maybe. Looks like a solid lead run from Force. Alright, judges, what are we thinking here? I think this one, I'm not going to lie to you, I think Force took this one on that last
Force took it too.
Unfortunately, Lee will not be moving on to the Final Four, but we really appreciate your time today. We hope to see you again next time. Force, you will be taking the W on this one, moving on to the Final Four.
Yeah, that was some sick runs, bro.
GG's. Had a couple little mistakes, but the benefits, the positives in those couple of runs were great. Looks like there was some great proximity there. All right, we are moving on to our next battle. We have GDA Girth in the lead versus EF Yoshi. Let me get some drivers up here. All right, so for our next battle in the top 8, we have GDA Girth in the lead position, facing off with EF Yoshi in the chase position. Drivers are making their way to the line as we speak. EF Yoshi pulling up in that beautiful white S15 from, is that Swarm? I think that's Swarm. That might be Clutch Gang. Either way, gorgeous S15. And we have GTA Girth pulling up in that Swarm RPS 13, waiting for the lights, getting ready for a top 8 battle. Drivers are taking off, headed towards that entry into inner clip number 1. Looks like our chase driver Yoshi had a little bit of a wide inner clip number 1, but he's kept that proximity fairly well. Ooh, and a bump. Fortunately, Yoshi took a big bump there on our lead driver, GTA Girth. Girth looks like he's still running a really good lead line there coming through inner clip number 2 again. Yoshi's just driving it back. Unfortunately, that was a big bump from our chase driver. All right, we are going to swap the positions there. We will get GTA Girth in the chase position, chasing EF Yoshi in that white S15. Drivers have made their way to the line, getting ready for this top 8 battle. Got lights, drivers taking off, heading into that entry and inner clip number 1. Let's see what kind of lead Yoshi can put down in that white S15. Girth already reeling him in here a little bit. Looking like he's going to get some good proximity coming into that. Ooh, big straighten from our chase driver, Girth. Yoshi seeming to fill out that rear outside zone number 2 line really well. Looks like it's kind of thrown off our chase driver's line just a little bit with that straight there in outside zone number 2. They're making their way into outside zone number 3 with some good proximity from Girth.
And rack them back up.
Absolutely, yeah. We're going to run that into a one more time. This time we will have Mr. GTA Girth in the chase position, chasing Yoshi in the lead.
And
Man,
you don't need to go back to the pits because there's no tire wear.
This course is quite tricky. It seems like some of our better drivers who usually nail every run are having a little bit of troubles here in our top 8.
This is a tough track. It's got that loop at the end there is the toughest part for sure.
Absolutely.
It's tough to time coming out of that and your transition, pull that, you brake at the right time. Like go over it at the right time, get back on the gas. It's just, yeah, that whole situation.
That timing to pull that handbrake coming into outside zone number 2 can really be a killer because you have to be so precise with it.
Yeah. Clutch kick a little too hard, a little too late, hit the wall. Just a lot of variables.
Girth, a little bit of a straighten there through outside zone number 2. Yeah, and unfortunately Girth with a couple of straightens here in his chase run on the one more time battle. Yoshi seems to be putting down a really good lead run though, so I think this is going to come down to that next battle. Yoshi can manage to not have any issues there on the chase coming up here. I think it should be looking pretty good for him.
Yep, if Yoshi throws down a solid lead here, I think he's got this one.
Base, but yes, yeah. All right, so our drivers are making it up to the line for this one more time battle in the top 8. Bracket is available online for all to see. Drivers are at the line waiting for the lights. Yoshi in that white S15 in the chase, giving chase to Girth in that gray S13. Coming in. Ooh. Oh, man. Some love taps there. Those might have been a little bit stronger than loud. Coming into that outside zone number 2. Really, Yoshi's really trying to put it on.
Yeah, oh, we're going to re-rack those again.
Absolutely. And we're going to have 11 one more time here in the top 8.
It's like these guys are playing pool here. Just keep re-racking them. Best 3 of 5. I think Girth and Yoshi just like driving. Yoshi's like, I'm gonna fuck this up so we can do this again.
All right, so our drivers, Girth will be in the lead position one more time, giving. Yoshi will be giving.
Again, bro. What the fuck? I'm so fucking nervous.
We're getting them nerves out. This is the third time your nerves should be as third as 10th.
Sorry for cussing.
Sorry for cussing. There you go. There you go. First person to cut across the grass. Use all your brain.
Is that a white S15 or is that a John Deere? I don't know.
It's gonna look like a green John Deere after up through that grass.
All right, drivers are at the light for this double one more time. Green lights, drivers taking off. We have that gray S13 followed by Yoshi in the white S15. Coming into inner clip number 1. Man, Yoshi is
Love
really
tap.
trying to put it on his door here. Giving pretty good proximity coming there through outside zone number 2. That might be the best proximity we've seen through outside zone 2 here all night.
Good lead. Looks like a pretty damn good chase. Too.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're gonna do one more times, and then do a run that's hard for us to judge.
Right. All right.
Come on.
Technically, they've all been hard to judge, but one more times have been handed out more tonight than I think in our entire last competition. So, all right, drivers are making their way to the line. We're gonna have Yoshi in the lead, followed by GDA Girth. EF versus GDA. Is this coming down to a team battle? We don't know. We'll see. Bragging rights for whoever wins this one. Drivers taking off from the light. Let's see here. Both drivers had a pretty good last match. See what they put down for Girth in the chase with Yoshi in the lead. Coming in through inner clip number 2 into outside zone 1. Ooh, a little bit awkward. Oh my god. All right, well, it comes down to actually, did he? Let me jump back on the replay.
Well, boys, what are we doing?
All right, give me one moment here. I'm looking back at the replay. I mean, it was hard. Yeah, he did bump through his rear bumper and straighten him out. He did. Oh man. Yeah, I think. Fortunately, I think I'm gonna have to give that to Yoshi just because that bump straightened him out. That's what sent him into the wall. I mean, it was just such a slight bump. I think anywhere else on the track, that bump wouldn't have done much. But
that was very close to a perfect transition. It just a little bit early.
That was
yeah.
That was solid, guys.
That would have been really hard to judge had that gone down perfectly.
Boys, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We thank you. Unfortunately for Mr. Girth, Yoshi will be moving on to face his team member in the final 4, Force versus Yoshi. That'll be a good one. Let's see here. Either of them sandbagging? I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
It's gonna be Foul and Green.
Foul and EFM Green.
Foul.
This could come down to an EF final battle. Let's see here. So we have Mr. Foul. Let me get some drivers up here. And M Green. All right, so for our next top 8 battle, we have DMI Foul in the lead position, followed by EFM Green in that beautiful mint green VF. Very excited to see that land yacht out here on track again. All right, Val, if you could make your way to the lead position here in this top 8 battle. Val, lead position. Yes.
Mr. Mint Green.
Drivers are really burning up those tires. Luckily, there is no tire wear in this competition, so Drivers are making their way to the line. Again, we have DMI Foul in that white E46, M3 followed by M Green, Mint Green, EF Mint Green in the Mint Green EF. Drivers are at the light, taking off. Looks like they had a little bit of a jump of the line, but he was behind the line, so they're coming into the entry at inner clip number 1. Great proximity from M Green there. Absolutely. We're getting into those really prime time battles coming up here soon. It's like having to really let off throttle to stay next to Val there. Losing a little bit of the proximity, but it looks like he's going to dive back in on it right here. Coming into that final outside zone number 3. Great proximity from our chase.
Yeah, wow,
Absolutely.
good runs, guys.
Great runs from our drivers here. We're going to swap the positions and get M Green in the lead position there, followed by Mr. Foul in the white E46. Drivers are pulling up to the light. Let's get ready for this next battle. Was that gunshots, or was that just Foul rev bombing the E46 in the starting? Looks like Foul giving great proximity coming through outside zone number 1. Yeah. Really great proximity coming into outside zone number 2. Both of these drivers look like they're filling out that outside zone number 2 really well, but that proximity from Foul is not giving a whole lot of breathing to M Green. Coming in through that inner clip number 2 with probably the closest proximity we've seen all night. What a great chase from Foul.
Wow, that's Foul all the way for me.
Absolutely, that chase run from Foul was
immaculate.
Muy perfecte. If that's how you say that in Spanish, I don't know. Can we get Chico back in here? I think we need some Spanish. Muy perfecte just sounded good. Foul ripping a couple of burnouts there. Congratulations to Mr. Foul. Green, great runs from you tonight. Anybody else, you probably would have beat him, but unfortunately, Foul just had such a great chase there. He did. All right, moving on to our final battle of the top 8. Let's see here who we have. We have Crazy and Viz. Looks like in our final battle of the top 8, we have Viz coming in the lead, followed by Crazy in that beautiful screaming brop RX-7. Giving us a couple of rev bombs. Some flames popping out of there.
Like Mad Mike out there.
I'm thinking it is, man. That is just such a gorgeous RX-7. All right, so we have Crazy in the chase position in that blue RX-7, giving chase to Viz in the BDC S13. Drivers are taking off from the light, coming into this entry here at inner clip number 1. Big flick from Viz, not so big from Crazy. Crazy running a little wide through inner clip number 1. Gonna try to chase him down through outer zone number 1. Starting to catch up a little bit, had to straighten just a little bit to get into the right position to chase. Oh, unfortunately had to straighten up. Crazy. Unfortunately. What a great lead from Viz though. Looked like he had a really good line there. Gonna have to swap positions and see what kind of lead Crazy can put down here for Viz in that beautiful BDC S13. Drivers are swapping positions and making their way to the line. Gonna see what kind of chase Viz can give to Crazy on this one. All right, we're waiting for lights. All right, drivers are coming in. Ooh, it looks like I thought for a moment Crazy was gonna give a little too much coming through inner clip 1, but putting down a great lead line. Coming in through outside zone number 2, but it looks like that proximity from Viz, he is really sticking it close to him. I think as long as Viz can, ooh, unfortunately Crazy going a little wide there through the touch and go. Really threw off the chase, but Viz is still getting right back up on him coming through outside zone number 3. This one's pretty easily, unfortunately, Viz will be moving on to the next final 4 against DMI Foul. Crazy, unfortunately, you will not be moving on, but we appreciate it. We'll see you back in the commentary booth.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We are making our way into the final four. We got some big drivers in this final four. So let's get some drivers up in here. We have Force and Yoshi, 2 team members. Let's see what's going to happen. All right, so for our first final four battle, we have EF Force in the lead position, followed by EF Yoshi. Some great EF drivers in these comps. They're common faces around here. We see them all the time. We're excited to get this final four battle started. All right, drivers are making their way to the line right now. All right, we are at the line waiting for lights here. We have Yoshi in that white S15 chasing Force in the red Altezza, 2 EF drivers getting ready to put down a hell of a final four battle. Coming in with a big entry into inner clip number 1. Yoshi starting to track him down just a little bit. Great proximity there coming through outside zone number 2 into the big wall ride here. Had to suffer a little bit of angle there to try to catch up to Forza with that lead line. Looking excellent. Coming absolutely. These drivers are just so good, it makes it really hard to judge who had a better run. Both drivers come out of there unscathed. No bumps, no bruises, no kisses, no smooches. Drivers are going to swap positions here. We have Yoshi in the lead now, followed by Force in that red Altezza. Wait for lights. We're getting ready to take off for this final four battle. All right, so we saw that lead from Force. Let's see what kind of chase he can give to his teammate Yoshi. Looks like he dropped that front tire over into the grass just a little bit there. Something to know, but man, great proximity. Looks like he unfortunately just he couldn't get on it. He was right there on his door. He couldn't really push into him anymore.
Kind of the same thing happened to me. Yeah, it's just you get a little too close and you can't keep the RPMs up.
Right. You're trying to left foot brake as much as you possibly can, but then you get all that angle.
Yeah, you almost need to drop a gear and
right.
Slam that gas and left foot brake, keep the RPMs up.
Sure, right. Well, unfortunately, I don't really think there's any way we can take away from Yoshi's chase. Fortunately, the only issue we saw in that whole battle was Force in the chase position. So Yoshi, you will be moving on to our final battle of the evening. Stick around, Force. We do have a third place battle coming up soon for you here. So let me put the scores in for Yoshi, our winner here in the final four. I'm sorry. Yes, Yoshi, I'm sorry. Got confused, these EF guys, they're all got these crazy ass names,
So next
all right.
Foul and Viz.
All right, Viz and Mr. Val. All right, so for our last final four battle of the evening, we have DMI Foul in the lead position, followed by Viz in that beautiful BDC S13. I love saying it. With the anime livery. Putting down some big angle coming through the tents there.
Some intense angle.
Intense angle. Alright, we have Foul making his way up here, maybe taking a little long. He's checking out the flowers off to the side, but he'll be here in just a moment. Maybe somebody should give a call to Foul over there, who seems to be chasing butterflies here.
He's just relishing in the top four.
I think he is. There he is. All right. Getting ready for another beautiful final four battle here from Foul in the lead position in that white E46, followed by Viz in the S13. And man, Foul just got a huge jump on him coming through the lights there. But look at Viz. I mean, he has really got some speed coming through there, trying to catch Foul coming into outside zone number 2, into the big Yeah, outside zone number 3. He might be getting pinched up just like everybody else has, but looks like he's just not giving it too much angle and seems to keep good proximity coming through that outside zone.
Talk about that wall ride from foul. That was
Yeah.
awesome, dude. What a lead
What a
run.
great lead run.
Wow, what a lead.
Yeah, I mean, he just got off with a huge head start there at the light. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, dude, he was flying.
Yeah, Viz had to put down so much speed to try to catch up. All right, drivers are cutting through across the grass here to make it up, so we will have Viz in the lead position, Foul giving chase. Gunshots from Foul taking off into that big inner clip number 1. It looks like he may be having some technical difficulties. Uh-oh.
Oh, wheel disconnected maybe?
Must be. Might be an uncharted territory. I mean, honestly, I mean, his issue occurred before any of the zones started. Is this something we're gonna reline him up?
Same thing happened last time, huh?
No, I think that happened when I used to.
Yeah, it happened to somebody last time.
Are we gonna run back that chase?
I mean,
That literally just happened to me for a second. My wheel just disconnected at the end of that run.
it is the final 4. I mean,
Yeah, I think let's run that back here.
keep it classy.
Absolutely. All right, drivers are making their way back to the line after some technical difficulties from Foul. Shot off some gunshots and ended up just destroying his car coming down the straightaway into inner clip number 1. Drivers are ready at the light, ready to go here. Foul in the chase position, giving chase to Viz in that S13. Coming into the big inner clip number 1, and just like Foul usually does, keeping great proximity coming through inner clip number 1. This is where he starts reeling them down here through outside zone 2 and into outside zone 3. Ooh, a lot of angle from Viz there. Yeah, too much. Had to straighten out to get back on track. And looking at the lead line that we got from Foul coming off the first run, I was definitely unfortunately Foul will be moving on. Foul will be moving on to
Viz and Force and Yoshi and Foul.
Yeah. All right, so.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
And Viz left, so we might not even have a third place battle here.
Viz is still in the lobby.
He's still in the lobby, but he's no longer in the Discord. Well, we might not have a third place. This might be honorary to Force if Viz does not make himself known. Right, let's see if we can give Viz a heads up here for the third place battle. Oh, there he is. All right, so Viz will be battling it out with Mr. EF Force for our third place position. We will have Viz in the lead position. Force will be chasing, and this is again for our third place position. Viz is making his way to the starting line. All right, we got our drivers here for third place. EF Force in that red Altezza giving chase to Viz in the S13. Big entry coming into inner clip number 1. Force is really trying to hunt him down coming through this outside zone. Lots of proximity there coming through outside zone number 2 from Force. Looks like Viz is throwing down a great lead line here. Great proximity from Force coming through outside zone number 3. Oh, a little wall bump from Viz, unfortunately.
right at the end of a great
No,
run, too.
right at the end of it. All right, we will swap positions here. Mr. Force Knight Red Alteza will be taking lead position here, followed by Viz in the chase car. All right, drivers are making their way to the line for this third place battle. We are waiting on lights here. All right, drivers taking off from the line, coming up to that big inner clip number 1 entry. Viz getting great proximity coming through inner clip number 1 into inner clip number 2. Looks like he lost a little bit of proximity, but he's gonna hunt him down here coming into outer zone number 2. Great proximity from Viz there. Problem is it gonna be enough with that wall tap there at the very tail end of the last battle? Man, what a chase drive from Viz. Unfortunately, that bump.
Yeah, that's got to go to Force for me. His chase was very good too.
Right. Yeah, that would have been a really close battle though, had we not had that wall bump there. All right, well, third place goes to EF Force, and we will be moving on to our final battle of the evening. We have Foul versus Yoshi for first and second place. Let's get Mr. Yoshi in the lead position, followed by Foul. All right, drivers are making their way to the line. This is a battle of the white cars here. Yoshi is in the lead position, followed by Foul. All right, it all comes down to this. This is for our first place position in Enforce Drift Comp week number 2 here at Goiania, Brazil. Extreme Drift Nations. We are waiting for lights here. We have Foul in that white E46 giving chase to Yoshi in the white S15. Drivers are taking off here. Get ready for a big first place battle here at Goiania. Big entries coming from both drivers into inner clip number 1. You can tell how fast Yoshi is. Foul has been on the door of every driver through inner clip number 1 tonight, but Yoshi had a little bit of a gap. Looks like Foul is starting to really apply the pressure coming through outside zone number 2 though. Yoshi putting down a great lead line though, but Foul is just, he's hard to breathe next to, man. He really keeps it close. Coming through outside zone number 3 and just a hell of a run from both drivers. We will be swapping positions, and this could make it or break it for first place here in Enforced Drift Comp week number 2. Yeah, that was a great run from both drivers. I mean, you got to give that to Foul in terms of a great chase, but man, he couldn't chase like that if it wasn't such a great lead coming from Yoshi. All right, drivers coming into inner clip number 1, big entry. Lots of angle from Foul there in that E46. Looks like Yoshi is starting to fall back a little bit just because of the speed of Foul, but he's coming into a big chase here, coming through outer zone number 2. And ooh, what was that from Foul? Looked like a little issue there coming through outside zone number 2. Definitely gave a little bit of distance to his chase driver, Yoshi. Yoshi has since caught up there and giving a great proximity run through outside zone number 3. We're gonna have to go back and look at what just happened there. Right. But I mean, it's just hard to say because that was such a good chase from Foul. All for, I mean, just a slight wall bump.
Yeah,
but he didn't stop drifting.
I think I'd have to give it to Foul.
He did what? I missed that last part. What was that?
I'd give it to Foul.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
yep,
he touched
I would
touched
agree.
that wall, gave him a little bit of a bump, but not
I mean,
enough
he
to
didn't
really.
straighten out. Yeah,
No, not even close. He lost maybe 10 degrees of angle, but
right, right.
he was carrying a ton of angle through there
Which
anyway.
is
And
such a good chase run.
his chase was immaculate. Yeah, it was just unreal.
All right, well, in second
that-
place, we have EF Yoshi. Fortunately, EF Yoshi missed the bar by just a hair tonight, but what a good run from him all night. He has been putting on a terror show here at Goiania for Enforced Drift Week number 2. And congratulations to our first place driver, Fal from DMI, putting down a hell of a chase run there in the final battle of the evening. Gives him the W. Congratulations, guys. We really appreciate all of our fans here to watch tonight. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, we really appreciate it. We have many more comps to come here in the near future, and we look forward to all of them. Feel free to join our Discord if you want to get involved in any of these competitions and get absolutely smoked by Foul. Just kidding. But we look forward to it. Guys, we really appreciate it. This is Enforced Drift Competition week number 2 here at Goiania.
Hello.
You boys like Mexico? Yeah!